Hey everyone, welcome to this deep dive. It's all about SD-WAN.
Yeah.
We're going to unpack what it is,
Right.
why it's such a big deal, and you know how it's kind of shaking things up in the world of networking? You might be prepping for a meeting, maybe catching up on some tech, or just maybe curious. Whatever the reason, we've got you covered.
Absolutely.
Our mission today is to really understand how SD-WAN is like trading in...
Yeah.
You know that old horse and buggy for a self-driving car?
Yeah.
Faster, smoother, and ready to handle whatever the road throws at it.
Exactly.
I like that analogy.
What's so fascinating about SD-WAN is that it's a direct response to the way we use technology now.
Yeah.
Businesses aren't just in one office anymore.
Right.
They're in the cloud, they're on mobile devices, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere, yeah.
And trying to manage all that with, the old school network setups is like trying to run a marathon.
Oh.
In flip-flops.
Oh, okay. I'm getting that visual. But I need to understand the why a little better. I mean, we have sources here from networkacademy.io that talk about the limitations of traditional WANs. They describe sending all your traffic through the company data center first before it goes out to the cloud or the internet.
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem like taking the scenic route when you could just hop on the expressway?
Exactly. And think about how much we rely on cloud apps now.
Right.
Video conferencing, file sharing, customer relationship management, you name it.
Yeah.
Every time you hit that lag or a video call freezes, it's likely because your traffic is taking that unnecessary detour through the data center.
Oh.
It's a huge bottleneck.
Right.
Especially for businesses that need to be quick and agile.
So it's not just about speed, it's about efficiency too. Like if my video call drops during an important client presentation, that's not just annoying, it's lost productivity.
Right.
And potentially lost business.
Right. And imagine trying to manage all of that from an IT perspective.
Oh, yeah.
It's like trying to conduct an orchestra with each musician playing a different tune.
Yeah.
SD-WAN comes in and says, hey, let me be the conductor and get everyone in sync.
Okay, so SD-WAN is our conductor. I like that. But can you break it down for me? What is it really? Is it some kind of magic box?
Not magic, but definitely a game changer.
Okay.
SD-WAN is software-defined networking for your wide area network.
Okay.
Instead of relying on static routes and hardware limitations, it uses software to manage and optimize traffic flow. Think of it as giving your network a brain.
So it's like upgrading from a basic GPS to one that reroutes you around traffic jams and suggests the fastest routes in real time.
Exactly. And not only faster routes, but it also considers things like security and the needs of different applications.
Oh, okay.
That's where the real power comes in.
Networkacademy.io actually goes into detail about how Cisco's SD-WAN solution works. And let me tell you, they've got some interesting names for the different parts.
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
And each part plays a crucial role. Let's start with vManage.
Okay.
It's like the control tower of your network.
Okay.
You get a single dashboard to see everything that's going on.
Right.
Monitor performance, and make adjustments as needed.
Then we've got vBond, which, I mean, it sounds like something out of a spy movie.
It does, but it's actually responsible for making sure new devices can join the network securely.
Okay.
Think of it as the gatekeeper. No unauthorized access allowed.
And what about vSmart? Is that the brains of the operation?
You could say that.
Yeah.
vSmart analyzes all the traffic and network conditions to make sure data packets take the most efficient and secure path. It's like having a traffic cop that directs everything smoothly and avoids any bottlenecks.
Okay, so we've got vManage as our control tower, vBond is the gatekeeper, vSmart is the traffic cop. What about the actual devices on the network?
Those are the VH devices, sitting at the edge of your network, connecting everything together. They're not just passive connections, though.
Right.
They gather data, they communicate with the other components, and they help optimize performance and security.
This is starting to sound like a well-coordinated team.
It is.
Networkingacademy.io even mentions a special language these components use to communicate.
Yes.
They call it OMP, Overlay Management Protocol.
Right.
Is that what helps them work together so efficiently?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
OMP is what sets SD-WAN apart from traditional routing protocols. It's not just about finding the shortest path. It considers factors like link quality, application needs, and security policies to make the smartest routing decisions.
So instead of just blindly sending data packets down the same path, OMP is more strategic about it.
Yes.
Like a delivery service that chooses the best route, carrier, and even delivery speed for each package.
That's a great analogy. It's all about optimizing the entire delivery process.
Yeah.
And that brings us to why you should care about SD-WAN. We've talked about the technical side, but what does it actually mean for you in the real world?
Right. I'm ready to hear about the real-world impact. Tell me, why should I as a listener be excited about SD-WAN?
Well, for starters, think about how frustrating it is.
Yeah.
When your video calls keep freezing or you can't access cloud files quickly, SD-WAN tackles those issues head-on by prioritizing traffic for critical applications,
Right.
giving you a smoother, more reliable experience.
So I'm hearing you say that SD-WAN is like having a VIP lane for my most important apps.
Exactly.
No more getting stuck in traffic with the rest of the data.
And it's not just about individual users.
Right.
It's a game changer for businesses, too.
Okay.
Imagine a retail store where the point-of-sale system goes down because of a bad internet connection.
Yeah.
That's lost revenue and frustrated customers.
Right.
SD-WAN can prevent that by automatically switching to a backup connection,
Right.
keeping things running smoothly.
That's a great point. And the networkacademy.io source also talks about simplified management as a major plus.
Yes.
I can't even imagine what a nightmare it must be for IT professionals to manage all the different pieces of a traditional network.
It definitely keeps them busy.
Yeah.
But with SD-WAN, they get a single pane of glass view of the entire network.
Right.
Instead of logging into multiple devices and configuring everything manually, they have one central dashboard to control and monitor everything.
That sounds like a dream come true for any IT person.
It is.
But let's talk about security for a minute.
Sure.
In the day and age, it feels like there's a new cyber threat every day.
Right.
How does SD-WAN help keep businesses safe?
That's a crucial point.
Yeah.
One of the biggest advantages of SD-WAN is that it integrates security directly into the network fabric.
Okay.
It's not just an add-on.
Right.
It's baked right into the system.
So it's like having a security guard at every door instead of just one at the main entrance.
Exactly. And it can even be configured to automatically adapt to new threats.
Right.
So you're always one step ahead.
Now, I remember you mentioned earlier that SD-WAN can connect any location quickly and securely using something called zero-touch provisioning.
Right.
What does that even mean?
Well,
does it involve robots?
Well, not quite robots.
Okay.
But it's pretty close to magic.
Okay.
Imagine you're opening a new branch office in another city.
Okay.
With zero-touch provisioning, you can simply plug in the SD-WAN device.
Right.
And it will automatically configure itself and connect to the network.
Oh, wow.
No need to send an IT specialist out there.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's like the device knows exactly what to do and where to go without any hand-holding.
That's right.
And it gets even better.
Yes.
Remember how we talked about traditional WANs relying on expensive private MPLS circuits?
Yes.
SD-WAN can use any type of internet connection.
Right.
Broadband, 4G, even satellite links.
Exactly.
So you're not limited to just one expensive highway. You can take back roads, side streets, whatever gets the job done faster and cheaper.
Exactly.
I like that.
This flexibility is a huge advantage for businesses.
Great.
It not only saves them money, but it also increases resilience.
Okay.
If one connection goes down, SD-WAN can automatically reroute traffic over another available path.
Okay, so we've got speed, flexibility, security, and it can even heal itself.
That's right.
SD-WAN is starting to sound like a superhero.
It kind of is.
But I want to go back to the management side of things for a minute.
Sure.
We talked about the single pane of glass view.
Right.
But how does that actually translate to real-world benefits for IT teams?
It's all about efficiency and control.
Okay.
Imagine having a dashboard where you can see every device on the network,
Right.
monitor their performance, and troubleshoot any issues in real time.
So instead of chasing down problems like a firefighter putting out fires, they can be more proactive and prevent issues before they even arise.
Exactly.
And with all that time saved, they can focus on more strategic initiatives like improving security, optimizing application performance, and supporting business growth.
Absolutely.
It sounds like SD-WAN is not only good for business, it's good for IT sanity as well.
Definitely.
But where do you see this technology going in the future?
That's a great question.
Is it going to keep evolving?
Absolutely. SD-WAN is still relatively young,
Uh-huh.
but it's evolving rapidly.
Okay.
We're already seeing it converge with other technologies like
Right.
security and cloud computing
Yeah.
to create even more powerful solutions.
NetworkAcademy.io actually mentions something called SaaS,
Yes.
which stands for Secure Access Service Edge.
Right.
Is that part of the future of SD-WAN?
Yes. SaaS is a great example of where things are headed.
Okay.
It's a cloud-delivered security model that combines SD-WAN with other security functions like firewall as a service and zero-trust network access,
Wow.
all delivered from a single cloud platform.
Whoa, that sounds like a serious security upgrade. So instead of having separate security solutions for different parts of the network,
Right.
SaaS brings everything together in the cloud.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a much more unified and streamlined approach to security,
Right.
which is essential in today's complex threat landscape.
So SD-WAN is not only changing the way we connect, it's also changing the way we secure our data.
It is.
This has been an incredible deep dive so far, and I'm feeling pretty excited about the possibilities of SD-WAN.
Me too.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's bring it back to the present for a moment.
Okay.
For our listeners who are just starting to explore SD-WAN, what are some key takeaways they should keep in mind?
Here are a few key things to remember.
Okay.
SD-WAN offers significant advantages over traditional WAN architectures, especially when it comes to performance, flexibility, security, and management.
Right.
It's a software-defined approach to networking,
Okay.
which means it can be customized and adapted to meet the specific needs of your business.
So it's not one size fits all.
Exactly.
You need to find the right SD-WAN fit for your specific business needs.
That's right.
And it's not a one-time project either.
No.
SD-WAN is an ongoing journey.
It is.
So be prepared to adapt and evolve as your needs change and new technologies emerge.
Well said.
This has been an incredible deep dive so far.
It has.
But we're not done yet.
No, we're not.
In our final segment, we'll explore some real-world use cases for SD-WAN and hear from experts about the challenges and opportunities of implementing this transformative technology.
Looking forward to it.
Welcome back, everyone. We've spent the last two segments really getting to know SD-WAN,
Yes.
what it is, how it works, and why it matters.
Right.
Now it's time to, I guess, roll up our sleeves and dive into some real-world examples.
I'm excited to get into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
It's one thing to talk about the theory, but seeing how SD-WAN is actually being used to solve real-world problems
Yeah.
is what really brings it to life.
Absolutely. Let's start with an industry we touched on earlier, retail. I remember you mentioned a story about a retail store struggling with a bad internet connection.
Yes.
And the potential for, lost sales and frustrated customers.
Yes, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
SD-WAN is a game changer for retail, where smooth and reliable connectivity is crucial for everything,
Right.
from processing transactions to managing inventory and engaging customers online.
So it's not just about keeping the lights on, it's about creating a better customer experience overall.
Yes.
Both online and in store.
Exactly. Think about the rise of online shopping and mobile payments.
Right.
Retailers need a network that can handle those demands and provide a seamless experience for customers, no matter how they choose to shop.
Right.
SD-WAN helps ensure that transactions are processed quickly and securely.
Okay.
Inventory is updated in real time.
Right.
And customers can connect with the brand seamlessly across all channels.
And let's not forget the cost savings. You mentioned earlier that SD-WAN can be a lot more cost-effective than traditional MPLS circuits. That must be music to the ears of any retail CFO.
Oh, absolutely. By leveraging broadband internet and other affordable connectivity options,
Right.
retailers can significantly reduce their WAN costs,
Right.
freeing up budget for other important investments.
Okay, now let's shift gears to another industry where reliable connectivity is absolutely critical. Healthcare.
Yes.
We talked about the life-saving potential of SD-WAN in hospitals and clinics.
Uh-huh.
Can you give us some specific examples of how it's being used in practice?
Imagine a hospital with multiple locations,
Okay.
a main campus, several outpatient clinics, and maybe even a research lab. The SD-WAN, they can connect all these locations seamlessly and securely,
Right.
ensuring that doctors and nurses have instant access to patient records.
Right.
Medical devices can communicate without interruption,
Yeah.
and administrative staff can manage everything from a central dashboard.
It sounds like SD-WAN is helping to create a more coordinated and efficient healthcare ecosystem.
It is, and it's also enabling exciting new possibilities in telehealth.
Right.
With SD-WAN, patients in remote areas can consult with specialists in real time,
Yeah.
receive remote monitoring and diagnostics,
Right.
and access a wider range of healthcare services without having to travel long distances.
That's incredible. It's like bringing the doctor's office into the patient's home.
Exactly. And it's not just retail and healthcare.
Right.
SD-WAN is making a difference across a wide range of industries. Finance, manufacturing, education, government, you name it.
It really does seem like a universal solution for any organization that needs a reliable, secure, and high-performance network.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Mm.
And as SD-WAN technology continues to evolve and integrate with other cutting-edge technologies, we're only going to see more innovative applications emerge in the coming years.
This has been an incredible deep dive, and I feel like we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
We've gone from the technical nuts and bolts to real-world applications.
Right.
And it's clear that SD-WAN is a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely.
But before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with a few words of advice. We've talked about the many benefits of SD-WAN, but it's important to remember that implementing it can be complex and requires careful planning.
That's a great point. It's not something you just jump into without doing your homework.
Right.
My advice to anyone considering SD-WAN is to do your research, understand your needs, and choose a vendor that can provide the right solution for your specific requirements.
And remember, SD-WAN is not a one-time project, it's an ongoing journey.
Yes.
Be prepared to adapt and evolve as your needs change and new technologies emerge.
Well said. With the right approach and the right partner, SD-WAN can be a powerful tool for growth and innovation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of SD-WAN.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you found it informative and insightful. And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.